And we're back. Okay, gonna take care of some stuff. All right, now I also want to kind of get into this a little bit before I get much further. In this case, the min ESP is the active file. Now, dealing with a master file, which is an ESM, you can also select a, say I wanted to do something for DLC robot, all right, for the automatron DLC. I would select this as my master file, which would automatically select Fallout 4 also as a file. That way you'd have all of the things available from those things. If you were to use, say, workshop planners, but you don't really need to, or I don't know, if you had another one with like hairstyles or something, some people have done this with mods, they might want to select that along with the other stuff. There's also a way to select multiple master files besides the base DLC robot and Fallout, because it needs both of those. But that's a whole nother matter. Let's go back to what I was doing, which is dealing with ProSpar and building it up. Going up. Now, I'm gonna at least do one floor, but I'm pretty sure I'm sold on 2 floors. I might not have you suffer through that entire thing. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do a high-speed thing probably at some point. But first, we are going to, I don't want filtered because I need the objects to kind of get my center once I'm in the realm. But I'm in an interior cell, so it's not that big of a deal. I can turn that off. All right, so where I want to build, let's get over here, is over here in this corner. Right, I'm going to do a stairwell here. Hopefully, I don't have to expand on this too much in order to make the stairwell work. But this is where the stairwell is going, and that will leave up to the 2nd floor. So first things first, I got to find a stairwell. Stair preview. Oh, it's fancy. That's super fancy. I just need stairs preview. Can I find them? Because I don't have stairs in this world that I can just copy and paste. Oh, what? No, don't do that. I don't even know what I did. Is that stairs that will work for me? They look kind of bluish. It's a little new age is not really the look I'm going for. I need something a little bit more old. Maybe there's something on their old stair? Something? Old deco still, maybe we're onto something. All right, that's a rail. It's a deco rail. I don't need a rail because this is these stairs are going up the side of the wall. Stairs tiny. Preview. Oh no, those are rails. I don't need rails. Rail stairs. Rail. All right, let's get out of the rail. Deco small stairs trim. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know. Block? Let me see. I gotta find stairs first and foremost. There we go. That looks like it could work. What's it look like? Okay, that's what it looks like. I pressed A, by the way, to get the all lit up so I can kind of get an idea what I want, whether it looks like what I want. But those look like they'll work. That looks like a marble, though. I'm not sure if I really want a marble. Those are block, half block, preview. Okay. So small stairs. This could take a while. Oh my. And what do these look like? They all look kind of the same, don't they? That's not a marble, though. It looks like more like a concrete, which I think might work for what I'm doing. Let's have a look at how this looks in the world. Okay, well, that looks like it should do fine for what I want it to do. So, yeah, we got to get it layered, but that's not the end of the world. It's going to have to get layered down here, and it does not go up as high as I need it to go. I might be able to rotate it, but I'm not sure you could walk up it at that point. Let's see, where is the actual ceiling? I could increase the size, perhaps. I could rotate them a little. That could work as well. But it looks like I might have to double up on the stairs unless I can find one taller than that. So let's delete that for now. Preview. Let's say short stairs. That's pretty close. It's kind of, it doesn't go as far for sure. So that might work. Let me get that aligned proper, and where are we? Alright, I'm probably going to need more than one set of stairs because that ceiling is so high. So I might want to start with you at the top, and I'm going to have to get a floor, and you'll see that in action too. Alright, from in here, what do we look like? Alright, we don't want it to go too far into the wall. And we're probably going to have to move it over. Alright, let me just get another one, copy paste. Okay. Now, I believe there's a way to link these two objects, but I can also just visually, as long as they're aligned, it should be fine. Might have to get a little closer. Okay, that's a little closer. I can work with that a little better. Alright, so good rule of thumb is when it disappears. You can also get into fine-tuning like this. Let me just go like that. Let me double-click it. Alright. So now what I have here is 3D data. Right here, you see. Now this is going to... Look at that. I just moved it over just a tiny bit. Is it over too far? Or is that lined up well? I don't know. Let's make sure it's... no, we need this one selected. Alright. And I think I need to... my Z. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. But actually, I might want to pull it off this bottom. So let's go this way. Now, these are your axis, right? XYZ axis. So it will suit you well if you actually know how to use those. Let's see. Get back over here so I can. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. I might want to reuse some of these floor samples down here because they're not going to do me any good. I believe I can select another one as well. So that way I'm moving both at the same time. Herg. Just say okay for now. Let's have a look. How does that look? Because on the inside of the game, you're not going to notice all this little tiny stuff like this. Alright, but as a designer, I mean, take a little pride in your work. You know what I'm saying? Alright, and this goes into the wall. But does it go out to the other side of the wall? That's going to be the question. If so, I have to move the whole thing over. But overall, that looks pretty good. Let's see. It does not go through to the other side of the wall, so we're good there. Because that's a concern. You got to make sure everything's lined up right. You know what I mean? So that looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, now what I want to do with these stairs, though, is I want to move them out a little bit more. Is it control? Yeah. So now I pressed control, and I am now moving them both at the same time. Right. So I needed to go all the way up to where it hits the ceiling, like that, and up a little higher. So up a little higher, pressing Z button. That way it can level up to the floor. All right, and this will probably need to be adjusted multiple times before it's really ready. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I can work with that. Now, obviously, this is going to have to be moved. This piece right here. Looks like I have it selected, so you're going to have to be moved. Oh, let's take Z off. Because you can't walk into the wall, can you? In actuality, I probably don't even need this anymore. Does it go through? Oh, it does go through! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Or does it? I don't know. Oh, it's a process. Once I have the stairs in place, everything else should go fairly smoothly. In theory. Alright. So from the inside, I can see that this needs to go up a bit more. And then I can make sure that my next layer, my layer above, where I put the floor, is going to line up with it. Right. So let's get these guys selected again. And this one, I think I can just move this out of here for now. Because at this point, it doesn't look like it's going to do me any good. I just got to get those out of the way. Yeah, all right. See, this is what happens when you get lost. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an object. All right, now I'm going to view that object. See, when I selected it, it moved all the way up to the top, right? Just like that. So, and this little star by it says that's a new object, or that's an altered object. That's an object that's been changed. Right, so there. Now I am centered. What I did is I viewed it. Now I'm centered on the piece that I actually need to work on. All right, and now I also want to select this guy, so I'm going to press Control. There we go. All right, now I have to move this up a bit more. So we're going to go Z. And that looks pretty good. Now it should no longer block it. And if I get rid of, well, that bar doesn't even show anymore, does it? Is that going to work? That looks pretty good. I think I can live with this. All right. Yeah. However, I'm obviously going to have to get rid of the ceiling as well, because we're not going to be seeing the ceiling. Now, in this case, I'll probably have to rearrange some other ceiling tiles, hopefully not too much. So I need to get rid of that. So I need to get rid of the ceiling. Am I selecting it? There we go. All right, so I'm deleting the ceiling. All right. Because that's not going to help me get where I need to go. And it doesn't look like the ceiling has crossed over into this side, so we are good on that front. There we go. Okay. So I can continue to get rid of that ceiling. And I got to get rid of this layer, I think. I think that's what's causing the problem. Why won't... What is up with this thing? It's like stuck. What is the deal here, guys? Do I have a window open or something? Ah! Get the fuck out. Alright. Sorry, I got confused. Okay, so now I can delete that. Woo! Finally. Alright, so now I have my stairwell. I do not have enough wall, though. Look at that. Uh-oh. Need to get some brick there. How big is the brick? And will that actually go up to where I need it to go? Do I need to go a little higher? I might need to go a little higher. I still have some ladder underneath, so we're okay. We can do that. But then I might have to move it past this wall. Arg. Yeah, this could be an issue. This could be an issue. I might have to rebuild a lot of this in order to make this work. Because now that's all the way over there. And it doesn't make any sense because the wall's there. So maybe I need to get rid of this wall. Get rid of that. PG form, what? I might have to just get rid of this. Delete, yeah, what? Yes, do it. And delete, yes, do it. Okay. Now how's that work? How's that look? Maybe that still looks funny, unless I pull that over a little bit. Yeah, I already put an arrow there, so I knew it was going somewhere. Alright, so I'm going to have to move the stairs over, I think, a little bit in order for this to work. So we're going to select with Control both of these again. And I'm just going to move them over like this. There we go. And now... Oh! Uh-oh. I made a hole in the world. That's not good. Okay. Shoot. Alright, I might have to deal with size and angle in order to make this work properly. Now can I... No, see if I... so I can use the 3D data to shrink it or grow it. If I grow it, is it going to be a problem, or am I just going to have to redesign this freaking corner right here and take out this whole section? Because I might have to do that in order for this to actually work. Which means I'm going to have to get rid of all this stuff here. I mean, I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world, right, to not have that corner piece. Then I could put more tables on the wall, perhaps. Yeah, I think I might have to do that. I think I'm going to have to take this whole wall and pull it forward. But then the stairs don't make sense then, do they? Well, neither of these stairs, honestly. Doesn't make any sense because it doesn't go anywhere. Then I move it, and then we show a hole in the world, so... It's very difficult. Very difficult. Alright, so looks like I'm just going to have to go whole hog here and just get it. So I'm selecting and deleting, selecting and deleting, selecting and deleting, selecting and deleting, blah, 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 blah. Just going to keep doing that. Yeah. Unless I want to reuse them. I don't know. Is there a place I could reuse them at this point? Probably not. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to take... what is that? That's just that one piece. So that should be fine. So we can just delete that. Delete that. And I guess we'll delete this too. And then maybe I can increase the size of my cage room. But is that part of that? No, no, those walls are separate. So, alright. So we got this and this. And then I can actually make the stairs lower because where the actual ceiling isn't going to be an issue. So we're control. Now I'm just going to drag all this stuff forward until it lines up. And I'm only dealing with the vertical scale right now, so this should be fine. I just got to line it up. So it doesn't look too funny. Alright, see? I'm going to line it up. It looks straight. And I guess that's okay. We'll just keep that as if it's some sort of decorative item. Or we have the corner piece. Because I don't even think I can go any further than that. And that doesn't interfere with this room at all. Does it? It doesn't look it. That looks like... Yeah, that looks like that's supposed to be there. So I think we're okay on that front. Yeah, it doesn't cut into here. So good. All right, so I can just move this guy forward. I think I've got it pretty well lined up. I mean, we'll find out whether it is in game. You can also, although I'm not sure how to do this with multiple items, you can click on here. And since these are the same model and at the same scale, you can look here in the Z. So it's at 47. We'll just copy that. So Control C. And then I'll look at this one and I'll go, okay, well, where are you at? And you are also yeah, they're at the same height. So that's not a big deal. These guys should be pretty well lined up as long as they're lined up on that front, like so you don't see any kind of gapping. But that looks pretty good. I think I can work with that. All right, I move this forward. All right, so now we're probably gonna have to put some tables, some more tables along this wall. As a decorative item, but that's not a big deal. All right, let's have a look. So this is, and we don't need any of that because that's the outside. This whole area is no longer being used. Now, let's have a look at our stairwell now. Now, I'm going to have to add some bricks. That is for sure. But that looks like it lines up pretty good. And I just need to add floor there now. Maybe first I'll get those bricks so we don't lose that illusion. And it should just be as simple as copy and paste. And some maneuvering. Alright, so we're going to select this piece of wall, copy, paste. Now these are not going to be at the same level. So we got to try and match their levels. So this one's level is -80. Copy that. Copy! And we just got to do the same thing with this one. The V scale. There we go. Copy. Okay, so now they're lined up on that front. And now I just got to get them lined up on this front. If I select this, how's that look? Yeah, you can see a little bit of you can see a lot of layering, and we don't want that. All right, maybe we might want to fine tune it. Let's see which one is going to be the most important. It's probably going to be that one. Yeah. All right, so we want to match this to the other one. So we're going to cancel, copy that. Copy that. Copy that. Okay, and now I'm going to do the exact same measurement on here, which is slightly different, as you can see. And there we go. Now they are perfectly aligned. Now they should blend together fairly seamlessly, especially since it's got this scuzzy stuff on it to keep it to look that way. I will, however, need a ceiling in here. Where's? Oh, shit! What happened here? Well, that should be fine. Now I can adjust the stairs, so they'll make more sense. All right. Okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pick this one, and it's this guy, right? There we go. Stairs. All right. So I had to click around on a couple things first, but all right. So we're gonna view that so I can get recentered properly. There we go. Now we're gonna make this make sense. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to press Control so we can do that. And I'm going to move these bad boys back in a place that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. All right, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right. And it goes up high enough, but now I'm short wall again. All right, so I'm going to need more wall. I moved it back quite a bit. So we're going to copy and paste and do as we did before, which is going to be, and hopefully we're not getting into any, nope, we're still in safe zone. Okay, we're good. So I need to get the Z, which is copy. All right. Match that, paste. Okay. Now I need to match the X position. So we're going to copy that. And we're going to paste it here. There we go. Now they'll be lined up. I might have to readjust it again in a little bit, but first things first. All right, there we go. All right, now it's readjusted again, so it's lined up well. There we go. All right, so now it'll be, should, in theory, relatively seamless going up these stairs as long as I've made them connect well. We'll find out. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. So we'll find out when I actually go in the world and see how funny it looks. Hopefully it's going to look pretty smooth. All right, so now I need some floors and stuff, and I'm going to need more walls. So I think on the upstairs, what we're going to do is we're going to change the walls to the more painted dudes like this guy. All right. So we're just going to let's grab a couple of them because I'm going to need more than one. I'm going to copy those. I'm going to copy those. Then we're going to go up here, and we're going to select this, and we're going to paste it. And that'll put it, ooh, that doesn't, there's a seam right there. I'm going to fix that seam. Yeah, that's a seam. For show. For show. Where's that seam covered? I don't see it here. Do you see it? I don't know. I guess I'll know if we're in world and I see it. Yeah, that might not have been a perfect lineup. We'll find out in world. Let's see here. Now, clearly, this is going to have to go and connect a little better. There we go. That looks about right. So you can also drag and drop like that, but you need to be able to select everything, and when you do that, you accidentally select things. So it's easier to just do the control way like that. Alright, so these guys are, what is you're at 306. Let's make sure you're all lined up. This is the boring part. It's also at 306. Yeah. Oh, it's slightly different. Would you look at that? Paste. All right, so that should line them up pretty well on that front. So now we need walls for this upstairs area. So we're just going to get started on that, and at some point, once we have enough laid out and it makes more sense, all right, we're going to have to go up a little bit with these guys. So we're going to press Z. Okay. And might want to line them up a little better. And this might want to go over here a little more. Oop. So they're more barely touching instead of gaping. G.E.C.K. G.E.C.K. Alright, so let's realign. Once you have a lot of these, it gets a lot easier. Because this is, frankly, one of the most ambitious projects on a building sense that I've probably ever done. Alright, hopefully the second floor will go faster than the first floor. Alright, so that doesn't have to go anywhere. Let's see here. Let's see here. I wonder if that actually is going to look. Now I can keep copying and pasting these in order to get these corners. I at least need one more over here, so we're going to copy, paste. The G.E.C.K. Okay, now let's get your Z, copy, and paste. Right, see, so now they're lined up a little better. Probably want to match. Oh, shit, didn't mean to move that. I just wanted to double click. Okay, so we're going to copy that. I'm going to make sure this one is lined up as well. Paste. Good. Right. That should be pretty clean. Looks pretty good to me. So the process is basically going to be this for a long time. Now I already have some floor, so we're going to take some floor and we're going to move it over. That's not currently being used because I put the stairs there instead. So, oh, but it goes to the edge, doesn't it? So what we need to do is we're going to need to copy and paste that. So copy, Control C, Control V, same as anything else. I'm going to paste that. Now we just got to line these guys up so it looks seamless. And we want to make sure our blocks match so they're at the same level. Okay, well, that's a good chunk of what I need to get done. I got the basics of the floor. You'll notice if you watch the video closely, there was times when things were just sort of snapping in place. To explain that, sometimes a good idea. Sometimes you want to have a more personal touch, but in the case of a floor or something like that, a ceiling snap to grid is very helpful, and it's this one right here. You just press that, and everything just kind of snaps in place. Now, if I did it with this, it would just screw things up. See? I don't actually want it to do that. Might not be too bad, I suppose. I don't know, but it's making the if shorter. It doesn't look like it interferes with the rest of it. So, I mean, I probably could snap to grid all this stuff too. I don't know. It's such a process. It really is. But of course, if I snap to grid all this stuff, then this door gets snapped to grid as well. And I don't like whatever that concrete or whatever crap it is there. Hopefully I can do the ceiling snap to grid without too much trouble. I don't know. Okay, I think that's everything back in place again. It should look pretty good from the inside here, especially once it has some decor and it breaks up the spaces, because of course it's going to be a lot of repeated patterns. There are more wall types, like this is basically all the same freaking wall, so there are many more walls of this type, and if I wanted to take one of those out, I could go with a pillar wall. This one. No, that's the pillar. There. So this is blue PM wall. See, and there's a bunch of them here, so I could just pick any of these, and it would be fine. I might actually just do that, just throw that down there. I do have it as snap to angle, because that is everything I am doing is snappable in that regard. I'm gonna just put this one back, but now we got to get the height right, just to break up the pattern. You know, just to break up the pattern, and so it's not so obviously the same pattern over and over again. So you have a variety of other patterns you can add. A lot of this stuff is going to be stuff that I probably am not going to be recording. It's very time-consuming stuff, but I still need to make a floor. So I got another speed session, I guess, of me making a floor or something. Let's see, this one's off by just a fraction of air. Let's see if I can just get it. That's pretty good. That's pretty close. All right, and so and then it just broke up the pattern a little bit, because right now it's all the same pattern. I could do the same, a couple different patterns. Let's make this, cancel. Because I'm just use the snap to grid tool with W or snap to angle. That'll break it up. But I actually think this might be the exact same wall pattern that I just used. Which one is this? This is 3. All right. So like if I wanted to go with 7 or something, right? I just did a 7. So that's not what we're after either. Let's do 8. It's 8. Okay. There. Now we got a totally different wall pattern in here. All right. And it's touch-ups. It's touch. You know, it's about touching it to the point where you're comfortable with it and you like it, because it's yours. You know, it's your creation. You know, do have freedom. You have a lot of freedom to do what you want to do. It is very time consuming. There's no getting around that. And that actually looks like it fit right in there. Pretty close anyway. Yeah, so the angle's pretty good. Very little differential, maybe just a tiny bit. And of course I can still fine tune with, I believe, this one. No, that's not it. It's that one. So I can fine tune to match it up a little better as it goes. So yeah, that's how you get your patterns and break your patterns and stuff like that. Right now it's all the same pattern. That's enough for that. But now I need a ceiling.